Alright, everybody. Caustic of Caustic coming at you right now for the next game of the series episode 4. This is Wildcard, limited edition game mode in the famous game Apex Legends. Caustic is buffed, so we're about to get into it. This is the map where we have an Octane. Not bad, Octane, and also a WATTSON. We will be dropping probably at the cage. I want to make note for everybody watching that this Caustic game may or might not be a victory. It is up to you to determine that. At this very point, please write in the comments if you think this is going to be a victory. Now we have Caustic, WATTSON, and Octane going to cage wildcard game mode. If you think it's going to be a victory and you guess correctly, you will receive likes on your comment by me, yours truly, Caustic of Caustic. We are being invaded by a lifeline. We need to protect ourselves, and so we take out the lifeline real quick. Of course, she can't self-revive, so we finish her off quite nicely. About to drop some more traps, suppressing our enemies and getting some shots off. Now, at this point, I do question, what is the worth of this? If they are engaging each other, maybe it's better to find my teammates, right? It's a good thing to keep in mind. So, we trap up more and find a better position. This outskirt position of the cage is actually much more valuable than people think. It's actually very advantageous to not only provide overwatch, but safely diminish the health pool of the enemies who are daring enough to enter the middle of the cage. We do the incremental Caustic trick to trap, untrap, trap. We inch along with our minefield, and also the trick not only with kicking strategy, but also leading the enemy into our traps as we are down for optimal effectiveness as we move into the next phase. We drop in the middle of the cage. We do have a little bit of room here to set up some traps. No enemies nearby just yet. Checking lower floors as we do. We must be anticipating the next move of the enemy and the approaching impending doom before they reach us, so that we can prepare our traps. And we do drop our ulti just to zone clear. That is actually a bad guy in a lower floor, but we gotta just check to make sure, right? Just a few shots, and we find out the truth that they were in a lower floor. Now, focus on this. Now we do go down off this cage because they're gonna take some trap damage, and I'm just gonna try to stay safe, but I am intercepted by a couple enemies. Cannot anticipate that quite enough to stay alive, but we focus on the fast pace of the cage environment. This map is very great. It is becoming one of my favorite maps in Apex Legends so far. Specifically, the cage just gives that high-paced action, that fast-paced awesomeness that is very much needed. Sometimes, as we take some pop shots, we actually are securing this area for my teammates to fall back on. It is the source to the middle of the circle. Unfortunately, the next circle is going to include the cage, and that's why we must remain here and pressure nonchalantly much more actively than we do. We do hear someone on the zipline behind us, pressuring them down, getting greedy. They are one tap. Unfortunately, the R99 shoots so fast, I was not spastic enough to hit a single shot. Moving offensive traps, I do have a couple in the chamber, but I use this one I already placed to fall back, highly pressure that person there, and about in a second here, we are going to make the ultimate mistake that will drop my team out of the race. If we focus on this right now, these shots are getting blocked by some sort of shield, maybe a Gibraltar, looks like. And we're going to pop our ulti, maybe, and in fact, maybe not. This map is very confusing. We are out of position here as we try to find out if we can pop this ulti and successfully do some more pressure as we inch forward with our teammates actually nowhere to be found. But we are winning a little bit of respawn timing. As we know, when you get a kill in this game, the Wildcard game, you lower the respawn time of your allies. And just like that, we have 2 allies up, and they are going to be pressuring the same exact area that I was just trying to secure. Obviously, I was not able to hold it, but that's alright. So we take the upward position of this cage in order to focus on the enemy. We must be positioning ourselves exactly correct. We need traps right behind us. In case we get flanked, we can pop those traps and then we can actually destroy any enemies through the guise of the gas. We check down here just to make sure that we don't get flanked, and that way we can focus on the enemies on the outskirts. Our team needs to reorganize ourselves, and that's including me as I chase this enemy way outside of the circle. I realize I've made a mistake and I try to play defensive here. I hit these shots or I die. I hit these shots or I die. And I'm not gonna hit all of them, am I? Whoa! I'm surprising even myself. And that's a beautiful display of skill under pressure. Always focus on the game and let it all disappear, and you will hit your shots. Track them ahead of time as well, and this R99 is just such a challenge, but it does so much damage with that small clip. Fast fire rate is one of the favorite weapons of my ally through many battles. We are taking out the enemies here with the Spitfire leveled up level 2 in blue, 2-star. And we are actually doing a lot of damage here. We don't know how much this gas is going to hold our position because we dissipate them and we hide our faces from the freaking enemy. But we actually get out of there because I think I counted 2, maybe 3 enemies, and we jump up with the rappel. We actually are moving to the top floor, or at least an upper floor with traps in our trail. We can track if they've actually popped them off. We are getting hit as we are at a position trying to pressure the bottom floor, which I thought they would move on from, but they did not. And in fact, that may be just what we need to find out that this WATTSON secret technique, very beautiful method of the electric wire, props to her. And in fact, if you are a WATTSON player or off-play WATTSON, but you are here from a friend linking you the video, just know that that was a very good method. I highly recommend it, WATTSON players out there, to use the electric fence in that way to block the repel. We do get a full clip of the R99 off on this enemy as they try to drop in. So satisfying indeed, if I do say so myself. We are dropping traps down there just because we have teammates down there. The more traps you can drop, the better, where there is action. And in fact, if you have them, then drop them. Traps where they need to go, and at least in the direction that they need to go, is actually the name of the game. You must actually use as many traps as you can, with the exception of the one-trap rule. If you know what the one-trap rule is, I'll skip this part for you, but if you don't, I'm going to tell you right now. The one-trap rule is when you have 3 traps options, right, and you don't have the talent yet. You actually limit yourself to placing 2 traps at a time. That way, you can stay mobile with 1 trap left over in your charge. For a defensive trap, you can hide behind it using the kicking method, and whenever you need, wherever you are. As we get ganked by this altar using the phase portal through the wall, she is a breach legend, very dangerous and very powerful. We will fall down finally in 6th place. Congratulations to the winners of the match, and I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for watching. Goodbye. Caustic of Caustics reporting out.